Hey there, thanks for joining us at the Rabbit Hole of Research, where you'll learn a few facts that you can impress your friends with at a party.
Hey, welcome back to the Rabbit Hole of Research. Down here in the basement studio, hanging out, we're bringing you the last of the Fantastic Four Super Series. We'll be covering all things stretchy.
Very stretchy.
Mr. Fantastic himself. We are almost crewed up. You have me, Joe.
You got Nick.
We've got Nick.
We got the foot of Georgia here.
We've got, I don't know what that means, but...
She stretched away.
Oh, she stretched away.
Yeah.
I get it. Oh, I get it.
And she left her foot.
Yeah. She just wanted to act like
Yeah.
she was still here.
Okay.
And we have our special guest.
Wait, hello there.
Hello.
Please introduce
Hi,
yourself.
I'm Maria Dowell. I'm a pulmonologist at Northwestern and Laurie Children's.
Awesome. There we go. So people have been asking for someone to keep us sharp and on point with anatomy, and here we are. We deliver on Reed Richard, Mr. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little background if you've been following the series or if you're new. The Fantastic Four are a fictional superhero team created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, first appearing in Fantastic Four #1 in 1961 from Marvel Comics. They were considered Marvel's first superhero team of the modern era and helped establish the more human, flawed, and family-driven style that defined Marvel storytelling, and a little more sci-fi, as we learned from some of our guests. As I said, this is the fourth in the series, so episode 37, we had Nick Ulanowski talking about Sue Storm and invisibility. Episode 38, we had Jonathan Mayberry talking about Ben Grimm, The Thing, and Strong Skin. Episode 39, we had Dr. David Pincus, Johnny Storm, Human Torch, Spontaneous Combustion. And now we'll be talking about Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richard himself.
The man of the
The
fantastic.
man of the group leader. He's a scientific genius who can stretch his body into incredible shapes and lengths. He's also a reckless scientist. He took his team and flew them into the cosmic rays.
I think
which
reckless is a little bit of a stretch.
Experimental.
mutated
Yeah.
them.
Adventurous.
But okay, we'll touch this again because I'm always a little like consent there. They just say, get in the ship, we're going to go check out some cosmic rays. And I don't think he explained what could happen. But we usually open with a definition, a little grounding open. And so I'll do that and then we get into it. I do have a list, but this one here. So what does it mean to stretch? In science, stretching is a form of mechanical deformation when a material is pulled beyond its original length, storing or dissipating energy in the process. In biology, stretching is the dynamic response of living tissues like muscle, skin, and connective fibers to tension, driven by proteins like elastin and collagen that determine whether a body snaps back or gives way. But stretching is more than physical. It's metaphorical. In fiction, stretchable characters like Mr. Fantastic, Elastigirl, Plastic Man turn flexibility into superpower, embodying adaptability, resilience, and transformation. They just don't change shape, they change meaning. Today, on this episode, we're going to try and understand the biology and the science behind one of comics' most hand-wavium powers. Stretching.
Hand-wavium?
I know.
Yes,
Whoa.
one of the most hand-wavium powers.
I don't. You say that every episode.
No, I this one...
Every episode, you're like, this has an unreasonable level of hand-wavium.
This one is up there.
I don't know about that, Joe.
Human
Okay.
Torch is not hand-wavium.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm saying this is probably
In
even...
this-
This might be more
Okay.
than the Human Torch.
Okay. It's on the spectrum.
It's on the spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah, and we actually thought about it, and I didn't think about the list, but I think we went in order of probably hand-wavium, realization, the hand-wavium from percentage-wise. I think invisibility, we probably can make someone invisible mechanically or whatever. If there's a path, and we do that with materials. Strong skin, I think we talked about a few things. The Human Torch was just a episode before.
We were able to prove that to be able.
We did. We got to some workable...
I think we're going to come to the same conclusion.
I don't know.
And
well,
you're going to be like,
okay.
wow, this is the most probable one
So
out of all of them.
I just think from a biological standpoint, the reason is that with the Human Torch, what we did there was limit it to just the outer surface of his skin and separate that from internal organs. We didn't have to figure out all the biology of making him completely heat resistant. So that was nice. Here in this case, the same thing with the thing. He's really just got the rocky exterior. So once again, that's an external. There's challenges, but you go, okay, that's external. But this one here, I think you have not only skin changing, you have internal organ structure, muscle, bone. We have a lot of rigid structures. And Maria's here. It's just a lot of systems to overcome, especially as fantastical as he appears in the comics, where he's not stretching just a few feet. He's stretching tens of.
He's stretching. He's splaying out. He's doing all sorts of motions. I was thinking about this, and I stretched my mind to say when they got raid, whatever we're calling that. I was thinking of the stretching as the opposite of the strong skin.
Right.
Like whatever happened to the collagen and elastin and things that make up, that or allow us to be stretchy or make up that structure, it changed the dynamic, right? And then I thought, wait, his bones stretch, his organs stretch, all those things you said, his cartilage stretches. So what's the common theme? One of the common things is collagen, right? We know that. And so maybe something cool and mutated happened to his collagen in the opposite direction of the thick, tough
skin. So
right?
we had the opposite. Yeah.
So that's one thing. But then I thought, how does he control it?
Right.
It's a balance. And you have collagen, you have elastin. And so thick skin guy has more collagen, less elastin. And maybe Mr. Fantastic has more elastin and less collagen or something. I don't know. What was the weird mutation that happened?
Or mutations, because I think you hit on a point. And for I think a lot of superheroes, their neurological control, you would have to almost reorganize to have that ability to, at demand, stretch out and then recall, and then have the nerve ending.
And why doesn't it hurt?
Right.
Because you guys brought that up with, why doesn't it hurt?
Yep.
When you're bumping against a tough skin thing, or you're right.
Yep. Or the human. We talked about the Human Torch with Johnny and the pain receptors and things like that. Like what happened there?
Your body mutated to be against that. Like, all right, we're cool with this pain. Like our nerve endings have changed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, I mean, but structures like bone are anti-flexible. Design is not to be flexible. Is that because of their content, right?
Again, it's a balance, right? They're designed to maintain structure, but they do have some flexibility.
But how much is flexibility? What's our movement? Like, I've seen bones.
Mine is not much, but Mr. Fantastic is a lot.
Yeah, but then would you be able to stand and walk if you had like rubbery bones? Because then what? So I guess let's say that you stretch. That means that you have an addition of some sort of mass, right? Because now you're elongating. And so you're thin. You can do it two ways. One, you can get thinner and redistribute cellular material, or you add quickly. And I guess, so if he's stretching, is the bone stretching with it? Like it's a growth kind of thing?
So you're asking, is he maintaining mass?
He maintains strength. So you have to maintain mass. We have to, I think, assume that because he is still physically strong. Because if you stretch your arm out, you would lose, because of the way the muscles overlap. And
or if you stretch them too far, they can't contract properly.
Right.
But he's not normal.
Yeah, but we got to make it.
He's got super normal everything.
We got to explain it. What's super normal? That's hand wavium.
That's hand wavium.
Wow. I feel like she's bringing good points here.
I don't know.
His neurons stretch. If his neuron stretches, then his skeletal muscle can stretch.
I guess you could have,
I feel like it would be weird if just his skin stretched. Like,
oh no, it's everything.
Yeah, it's got to be everything.
Yeah. You can't just have loose skin,
just flapping.
Fingers flapping around.
Or maybe the timing in the comics and animated and even the movies, it's a very rapid response. Maybe after he stretches out, he's got to wheel it in to reform.
But he's in control. He can not be stretchy and look perfectly fine.
That's right. Yep.
And then he can flip a switch.
Yep.
Do you think that has anything to do with his level of intelligence? Because he's super smart.
That's maybe you're saying maybe he already had some
I feel like
advanced...
most superheroes do have a certain level of intelligence to control their powers.
Right.
Because so much of it is Johnny with his being able to turn his flame on. Miss Invisible with her invisibility and force fields. It's all very brain power based.
And there's precedent for that, right? The mind-gut axis, the
I feel like there are things
axis.
now that some people can do, but other people can't because it's just, all right, I'm able to control this part of my body. I've seen people be able to move their ears. That's weird, but...
Yeah.
And there's some people with really stretchy skin for genetic conditions.
Right. Wait, you can move your ears? What?
I can, yeah, but we need video for that.
See it with headphones.
So I guess I was starting with the most rigid biological structure in humans, which we're assuming Mr. Fantastic is a human, and he has this. And so they got into, we touched on this before, genotype and phenotype, that he already had some genotype that predisposed him to take advantage of the mutagen when it hit, and now he's expressing that. Okay. But I think we got to go one step further. He can flatten out. So you do have a number of bones in your chest. Is that?
Oh, yes. They're called ribs.
They're called ribs.
Wait. Is that what they're called? I thought I liked to eat those at barbecue places.
It's been a while since I've taken anatomy, but yes. And so they have to go somewhere. So now they flatten out. And then go ahead.
You're assuming that they remain ribs. There's collagen in those structures too. So maybe if he can flip a switch and be all stretchy in the skin, he can do it with his other organs, and they can get more fluid.
So fluid is good, because I had an idea. What if his internal structures juices up, and you almost then become a fluid, and you could actually, there's organisms like octopuses, things like that do have stretch. They can stretch their limbs and change shape and form, really elastic, but they're usually hydrostatic. And so could his bone structures and things be more hydrostatic and fill almost like a tube, and then that would fill out, and the juice of his organs would then would powered in his stretch.
No, I think you're onto something. Elephant trunks, tongues, things like that. They don't have bones in them, and they can do things, and they can change shape. So
chameleon tongues, they can also, they can stretch out and curl and do all sorts of weird things. And I will say curling, if you can roll your tongue, that's genetic. I can't roll my tongue.
You can't?
Can you
he can't, and he really looks funny.
No.
Yeah.
I can't do that. What the?
Yours is fluted like a flauta.
Don't know it's.
Oh man! If only we had videos.
Here it is.
I don't.
But
hummingbirds' tongues, don't they roll up into their heads too?
I don't know.
Oh, they are. They do have to come out. No, that's a proboscis, right?
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Proboscis? Proboscis.
Yeah.
I don't know what that word is.
Like it comes out really long so it can go down and get the pollen, and then it retracts up.
So
maybe you're right. It does roll up.
Yeah.
I was going to say that there are, with kind of the thinking about the neurological axons and things like that, you could have a situation where you coil up, right? So you have some length. And like our intestines, your intestines, average adults about 6 feet long or so, stretched out a little longer.
I think it's longer than that.
Longer than that?
Yeah. Much longer, like probably in the 20s.
Okay, so there you go, 20 feet, but it's all coiled up inside of you. So nature.
I'm making it up, but I know it's longer than 6.
Yeah,
we'll put that in the show notes.
All I know
is we got you here, Maria, to keep us straight.
Honestly, I feel like Maria's closer than you are right now.
I'm definitely closer.
6 feet.
All right.
I know that's wrong.
That's after you have a procedure.
And I don't know anything.
You have 6 feet left. Maybe that's just a small or large intestine.
That's very long.
Yeah,
but I was going to say, that's nature does
that a lot.
Oh
my God, 30 feet.
30 feet?
9
really?
meters, the average.
Wow. There you go, people.
Whoa.
That's a lot of...
6 foot.
That's a lot of intestine.
But it's probably more like 20s, but anyway.
It's coiled up in there. So that's a feature of nature, that it's coiled. And actually, if you go to the ultrastructure of the intestine, the villi they're coiled, and then you have the microvilla, which they're on the surface. They actually have this kind of, not coiled, but it's more folded structure. And so if you fold up something, you can pack it into a tighter space. So you could have this situation where some of these structures are folded up, and then as you stretch.
Yeah, you might have 25 to 30 feet of a tube, but you've got a ton of surface area inside.
Right.
So, agreed.
So you could...
Lungs are similar, yeah.
Yeah, the lungs, right. So they can flatten out. So you might have to juice up all the organs. Maybe it's not completely flat. There's some lumpiness to it. And so maybe some things are being juiced, and then to generate the fluid.
I really hate the way you're saying this.
But I think either way, I think if we had Mr. Fantastic here and we did some cell biology on him, I think he would have to have rapid cellular regeneration and growth. I think no matter how you slice it, how you stretch it, that he would have to, I think he would have to make new cellular material one way or the other, either stretching out or retracting back, and probably both, because the stretching out.
So elasticity and maybe some plasticity.
So
although that's
as he gets older, would his stretching ability weaken, or would it not retract as much?
I say it would get stiffer.
I was just thinking like an old rubber band. That thing's going to snap.
That's right. Yep. I thought it was interesting, too. I was thinking about it and remembered in the Incredibles, Elastigirl.
She's awesome.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
But there was when she was talking to the woman that was making the
Edna
Mose.
Talked to Edna Mose, and they were going over to suits, and Edna goes, "It will stretch as far as you without injuring yourself." So that means that for Elastigirl, there was some limit or perceived limit that you would stretch, and then you would actually cause physical harm, either get stuck there or not.
No, I took it as if the suit didn't move with her, that would be the thing that hurt her.
She said as far as you would without injuring yourself.
Yeah.
So that's more. It sounds more like it will stretch as far as you can before until you hurt yourself. And it presumes that there's a limit. Why say that? Just say the suit will stretch as far as you can. But it said as far as you can without injury. There was actually a qualifier there of injury.
Total tangent, but all the garments worn by the Fantastic Four, why don't they burn up or overstretch, or are they also imbued with the same qualities?
What, it was unstable fabric?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Reed made up all of the outfits.
So never change.
Yeah, never change. Never change. Right.
They were meant to adjust to their abilities.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. And even if they swapped, there was a comic or the animated series where they switched
powers.
Johnny and Sue switched powers, but their suits still.
All of them did.
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic.
That's right. Yeah. It was like by touch, right? Yeah.
Mr. Fantastics. And in the comics, Reed Richards can stretch up to 1,500 feet. Just so you know, that's his limit.
Pretty.
That was me being speechless.
I mean, Elastin.
I didn't know that.
I found it had about 100 to 150% stretch limit before you tear. So that's it. That's not 1,000. You said 1,000 feet.
1,500 feet.
That's not 1,500 feet.
And that is a.
So that means you would have to create new cellular material to keep stretching. That would mean that you would have to have some very fast growth of cellular material and then breakdown of the material.
Wow, yeah.
Also, he can actually move his body parts and create the exact same part within himself.
Wait, what? Example, please.
I was reading a comic recently with my daughter for a nighttime story where Reed goes ahead and Reed and Sue find a decayed body inside of a Doombot, and he proceeds to put his eyeballs in his fingers and have it go throughout the body to examine it without disrupting the whole body itself. It was absolutely bonkers.
So is he a giant organism of pluripotent cells, and he can wow.
He's just one big stem cell.
He is one big stem cell.
So yeah, that would fit that.
Here you go.
And your regenerative aspect. Ew.
Right. Yeah. So that means, he could actually juice up his insides, take advantage of the kind of the hydrostatic skeleton.
Also, his making
multiple appendages.
And he maintains strength in all those appendages.
Yep.
And
so he's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
But he does wear himself out while doing that. Like,
yeah. So
I can send these to Joe, and hopefully we don't get them taken down.
I'll put them in the show notes. Yeah, no, he would. You're right. He's almost like a shapeshifter where he can manipulate.
Which Miss Marvel was able to do that as well.
Right.
Where when she first got her powers, she ended up changing into Carol Danvers.
Right.
And she thought she was Carol Danvers then for a bit.
But she didn't stretch.
Yes, she does.
Can Mystique stretch if she, or no?
That's her powers in the comics.
Sorry, I meant would Rogue stretch? So when she absorbs powers, so would she absorb Mr. Fantastic's power?
I'd assume so. She takes over anyone's, like, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Her ability, her power is to take other people's powers.
It's a little aside.
And depending how much of her power, their powers that she gets, it can either drain them,
completely kill them. Yep. And she permanently gets their ability.
Depending on how long she holds on, yes.
Yep.
I was thinking of the stress and the strain for Mr. Fantastic. What would he do in a vacuum? What if he were in space?
Oh, yeah. Would he
just be
puff up?
Blobby protozoan thing? Or what would he?
I presume he can control it. So can you become more rigid?
Because use gravity, though.
So you think it's gravity based?
I don't.
Especially if it's
there has to be some force, right? In order to deform something. That's the strain part. The
what
force
does water
is stress.
do in space? It just gloop, 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 gloops, right?
I've never heard water, so maybe you're right. That sounded a little goldfish-like.
Does it not have surface tension in water and space? Is that where you have it? I'm not.
I don't know. My mind thinks it breaks down to the smallest little thing that would.
Yeah, they shoot water at each other and drink it.
They have water gun fights out there. Like,
and the water actually, it does blob up, and it has its own surface tension. It still has its integrity, but it's not fluid as we think about it on Earth. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know because you can soak it up with sponge. Yeah,
do that in space.
I think it has its properties there, but a vacuum. I'm trying to think what happens on marshmallows if you put it into they expand like in one of those flavor saver vacuums. You suck all the air out, they get puffed up. So I would think that would happen to him. He would just puff up.
So he would just end up filling the space that's in there.
I presume if he can control,
depending on how big it.
Right, he can control. But if he can control his cellular growth and expansion, then he actually won't experience anything necessarily. Be like a normal human. You would just control that.
What does a human do when they're in a vacuum?
I think he can maintain a shape.
But you're losing consciousness too then. If you put Reed Richards in a vacuumed sealed room, you suck out all the air, he's not going to be conscious enough to keep himself together.
But he might be because he has the ultrastructure to combat whatever is expanding him. Right. That's why I think he can use gravity to help deform himself. That's the stress on his system. And the strain is all the little movements that stress creates. So that's the deformation. Yeah. So if he doesn't have that, then he fights the opposite direction to keep himself together. I think he'd be fine.
Yeah. I think you're right. He'll run out of oxygen. And if he needs oxygen to live, then yes, he would. But he could be, I don't know, could he self-oxygenate through cellular breakdown at some level? I don't know what his respiratory would be like. Is he using his lungs the same way as normal? Because if he's flattened himself out and he's doing stretching and he's doing activities, then how is he actually inflating his lungs to push oxygenated blood through his system? So it's almost a whole lot of...
Maybe he's turning his skin into a respiratory system or something. I don't know.
Or able to move his organs and stuff around. He could theoretically pump the oxygen that way, no?
Or if he... I don't know until you give me a better terminology. When he juices his insides, then he would become more. You would have dissolved oxygen in that fluid that can then be used and distributed in a very different way than a typical respiratory system.
If somebody can deform themselves to that degree, they could probably change their hemoglobin to hang on to whatever oxygen and use it over and over again.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like this whole series, you've said the worst words every episode.
Wait, it was juicing this time? Juicing your organs.
To juice up his organs. It's all squishy. Someone poke Reed.
Okay. Well,
so, for his skin then, or we're back on the skin episode.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But how, I wonder if he does get cut, does it cut him, or is he just...
See, I think if he has increased cellular regeneration, I think he's almost like a Wolverine or Deadpool.
That's what I was thinking.
Exactly. That he would actually be able to heal cuts. And that's a comic thing. I'm trying to think if I've seen him injured like that.
I don't think I've really seen him, someone else actually do something to him other than what he does to himself. And that's where it's,
And it's good in a comic that he runs out of energy, because if you are doing this increased cellular regeneration and manipulation of your both your external structures, but also your internal, that you would have this. Yeah, he could just be
I feel like he definitely does run out of his own energy.
He could be an octopus in the shape of a human.
But I don't think you can injure him. I do think he can run out of oxygen and thus energy. He's a little beat after he reforms his shape.
I feel like that's one of the main ways that he gets injured. And then if someone's attacking his mind, that's another way to get to him.
And that fits to what Maria was saying, that about the physical mental control of the systems. And so if you're being mentally challenged and then also have to do physical challenges, I think if he was playing chess and trying to stretch out, would he be limited? Would he be able to...
Could we beat him at chess, is what you're saying?
Beat him at chess?
We can beat him at chess.
No, because he
get out of reach, right?
does do his lab stuff. I don't know what you guys call that stuff. But he's stretching himself out into multiple areas.
Yeah, but if you're grabbing a pipette or something like that, you're not doing a lot of thinking.
Oh, what?
I mean,
it's a pipe? Are you smoking a pipe at the lab?
It's called a pipette.
What year are we?
Pipette.
Joe, I can really picture you just with a pipe.
But he can get snacks while he's in the lab.
He can get snacks. So we had some fans stop by, and that was one of the things they said they wanted stretching ability to reach the snacks. And so that's it. But I think you would expend more energy getting the snack than you would actually could take in by the snack.
Why? How many Big Macs were you going to say, Joe?
Yeah, I Big Macs. So once again, if he's regenerating cells at that level, then that puts him at the Wolverine Deadpool calorie load.
That's high metabolism.
High metabolism. Yeah. We're talking maybe baseline 10, 20,000 calories, just resting state. I think if he's doing this other stuff where he is juicing inside and reforming, you may be in hundreds of thousands of calories.
Honestly, he can take that all down with one bite.
One bite? He's eating a whale?
He's just going to open his mouth and then shove everything in. He doesn't really need to sit there and eat.
I guess you're right. What's his stomach? What's his
Maybe he does take something in, and then he changes all of his organs into a big stomach, into big intestines, extract it all, and then put your organs back.
That's one big pile of poop.
I think he can manipulate everything.
You gotta get Jeff Goldblum, man.
Oh, yeah.
Jurassic Park, when he goes, that's one big pile of...
What did he say? I'm sorry.
It's one big pile of poop. I think he used a different word there, but...
Yes.
But yeah, no, you're
Dinosaur.
right. So maybe so he can... But still, that's a lot of calories. That's not... So that means, as we talk about with other superheroes, does he have some metabolism change or more efficient, as Maria pointed out? If he can do all this, then why can't he change... Is his proteins that do work also different and use and store energy? Is he using some sort of variable biological high energy storage vehicle for that?
I think it's a great theory.
Yeah, that's it. A lot of hand wavium in there.
I feel like we've nailed to him.
A lot of hand
alive.
wavium. But on the stretching thing, an elastin's great, and that's what us humans have. But I was going to say the other thing I had found was resilin.
And what is that, Joe?
It's
for those of us who don't know. Yeah,
it's a structural protein that's found in certain insects. It was discovered in 1960 in locusts, and it functions as like a biological rubber band. It can stretch, recoil. It can store mechanical energy with minimal energy loss. And it's found in areas such as wing hinges, jumping legs for frogs, fleas, locusts, or feeding or vibration systems like cicadas and things like that. So it's a very flexible, elastic protein, more elastic. It can stretch up to 300% without damage. And then there's synthetic forms that are engineered, and they can stretch a little bit more, about 300, 350, 300, 400%. And so you could use this modified structural protein. Mm-hmm. So when the cosmic rays hit him, he had some sort of, I don't know, I didn't look up what the homology.
Elastin goes to resilin.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Or Reed was monkeying around with CRISPR and had given everyone a little bit of he was trying to create superheroes in the lab, and the cosmic rays was the activating function. I just think I think Reed was up to something funny. And I think Doom called him out a couple times about that and said, hey, that he experimented on you guys to the rest of the team, because I think he intentionally didn't.
Yeah. Brilliant, but disingenuous.
Yeah, a little bit. That's my
experimenting on your friends.
Experimenting on your friends.
Watch out.
Using CRISPR in there. Hey, take a lick of this candy.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Wait, you did that to me last week. What are you trying to say, Joe?
You get a suit and a meal. But yeah, that was one that I found where you could actually start to go in and you could get something that's a little more stretchy. And if you combine it with some of these other things we talked about, would that get you there to closer to maybe stretching a little bit? I don't know about 1,000 feet. I just think 10 feet, even that's a lot.
I do feel like he was stretched further than that in a comic before, where I want to say it was a issue of Spider-Man that was like a alternate universe where something was happening to Earth and Peter snapped and stretched out Mr. Fantastic to keep everything together.
Yeah.
And that was a weird issue. It was dark. And
now, did he come back together or did he stay?
Reed was pretty much in a agonizing state.
Right. So
he didn't do it. He was stretched. So pulled, back to the mind-body part.
Yeah.
Right.
Where he was keeping stuff together, and it was just like he was not.
Doesn't matter if you knock him out. If
you could injure him, but if he is, if he's conscious and misshaping himself, what are we calling it? Deforming himself?
Deforming himself, stretching.
Stretching himself. There we go. Stretching himself. Stretching. We're not using that. Stretching himself. Then he's in control. But if you take that control away, we could injure him. We could hurt him.
Yeah. That's it.
Are we working for Dr. Doom today?
That's right. Like, we got it. We can get him.
I do feel like him and Doom are a very good villain-hero matchup.
Right.
Because they both do have their darker side as well as a good side. Because Mr. Fantastic ends up becoming the Maker, who is a alternate version of him that is absolutely off the walls bonkers, where he wants to control absolutely everything. And Doom is a person that is trying to keep his country in order and wants to better them. Right. So it's like they have the good and bad in them. And it's always so cool to see when, yes, they still fight, but I want to say Doom is the godfather to Reed and Sue's children.
Yeah.
And in one of the last issues we read, Reed ended up doing a thing where he took out a whole block of New York to take out some alien invasion, and he sent it a year in the future. Doom found out, freaked out, tried to fix it. And as soon as that year was up, Doom couldn't do anything, and Reed ended up sending him a picture saying, hey, I know you tried, but what I did worked, and here's a picture letting you know that they're all good. It's like they're frenemies. Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to go at.
Yeah. And it reminded me of something with talking about that and the interdimensional mass storage. And we had this with Cyclops and his eye powers. Now he's pulling from another dimension to use the optic blast that he has. So he's opening a portal through his eyes. But we had this, I'm trying to think who else we've talked about this, where this mass conversion. So the one way is that he has some rapid cellular generation and then retracted. But what if the mass comes from another dimension? And that would tether into kind of Reed's overall story of his intelligence, science, stretching, and then this dimensionality that he has.
A human portal?
A human portal, right. So he actually is, instead of channeling energy through his eyes, he actually is channeling through himself. And then you could get to 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Where is he pulling it from?
Well, that's
because it's still him.
I mean,
no matter what part of it you
right, yeah. I mean,
it's brilliant.
There could be many hymns, though, right? Across the dimensions.
There are many hymns.
Right. And so he's just pulling from himself So maybe in some other dimension, he becomes very tiny and shriveled. And while he's stretching out, or from multiples, he's just pulling a little bit of material from many reeds.
Are you high right now? That one came out of left field for me. I was like,
I like it actually.
I know, but
because it's so weird.
A lot. It gets you. We're trying to make the jump from 10, 20 feet to 1,000, and so I'm just throwing something out there that maybe
take the stretching ability to any other stretcher. Miss Marvel, Elastigirl, Plastic. Are they all doing that? Or?
So, like I said, I think Elastigirl has some limit, and that was revealed. We don't know what the limit is, but even in this show, she only stretched so far. She didn't stretch 1,000 feet. Okay, maybe she has rapid regeneration. Maybe it's a genetic. She was born that way. But
she always has an appendage, or she always has a body appearance,
she does.
Right?
Yes, that's right.
But
she does indeed.
But Reed doesn't.
Oh,
so
sorry,
I think
no.
if you...
No, I'm going to stop. She turned into a parachute and a boat.
She did, but she still had a head.
She still had a head. But I think Reed also has a head. Usually his head doesn't flatten or stretch.
Because it's all coming from there.
I'm just saying he also doesn't. But, go ahead.
But he can't maintain mass then. When I'm thinking about that 1,000 feet, I'm sorry. Yeah. He's going to have to do some regeneration. Because if you took his mass and you stretched it out.
That's right.
It's going to be this tiny little thread trying to beat up on you.
That's right. A little tink. It gets there. Tink. But if you're pulling mass from other dimensions and building up as you go, then you can maintain. And then when you get there, you have a powerful punch because now you've been...
And when you're going back to yourself, you just shove it back down the hole.
Attacking anyone at that length?
He's grabbing things. Why stretch 1,000 feet if you're just for the heck of it? You're just like, look what I can do, kids. And
I would.
I think he's.
And then a breeze comes and blows.
He's grabbing something. Even if something, it could be something as trivial as grabbing a knife off the ground. At 1,000 feet stretch, you don't have enough.
Why are you grabbing a knife from 1,000 feet away?
He's got to get. He's not close
to
enough.
Stab somebody, of course.
Yeah,
secretly.
Oh man, I left something at home. Hold on. Yeah. What are you doing? I'm grabbing something. Don't worry.
But if he was pulling mass and keeping his strength, and then because when you stretch out, also we're just talking about stretching in a vacuum. It was like a physics test. There's no friction, but no, it's not equated.
It's worth thinking about.
If your arm is stretching out. And then your gravity's pulling on it, right? So now as you're getting thin, not only will it get thin, but now it's just slump. It's going to have it's going to sag in the middle like a weighted clothesline. And so you're going to have a big saggy thing. And at the end, your hand's going to be out there and super skinny and thin. No, it's going to be weird. Yeah. 1,000 feet, that's a lot. I think interdimensionality now, I'm going to go with it.
1,000 feet. That's like football field, right?
1,000 feet. 100.
That's 100 yards.
100 yards.
That's 300 feet. Sorry, that's three and a half.
Football field.
3 plus. Sorry.
Three and a little bit.
How big is a football field?
I know that's 100 yards, but okay. That's a long way.
There's 3 feet in the yard.
I like the portal part. I think that's pretty good. That would explain a lot, right? Because he can pull on the energy and the oxygen from whatever. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to maintain lung volumes or
or
blood volume
or pull from.
He just yanks it.
So you put him in that vacuum. He's just pulling from some other dimensional reed that's now suffocating for no reason. I can't breathe. What's wrong with me?
Then he would not have to eat a whole pasture of cattle to.
That is true too.
to maintain his energy level.
But he wouldn't need to eat though, because to maybe opening his portals that takes some energy. So he would need. You might not have to sustain it during the stretching.
I feel like you just put this way more into hand wavium, Joe.
It was already.
I think if you're a portal, it just is.
We're gonna have to embrace the hand wavium here. I'm trying to the portal might work because Cyclops does it. I'm not saying that's not hand wavium also, but
did the cosmic rays make him smarter?
I don't think so.
I think he was already like genius level.
Right.
I think he was top universe.
Yeah. That was his
thing. It didn't hit him in the head. It hit him everywhere else.
I don't think it affected.
Right. Maybe what was his personality like before? It felt like he was the same, but we started close to him wanting to take his friends up to the cosmic rays, his wife, his brother-in-law, and his best buddy to get bombarded by cosmic rays to see what would happen to him. And then they crash landed back on Earth, I believe. And then they woke up with powers.
Boy, and how did they ever trust him again? That is so rude.
I don't know about you, but I'm looking for powers.
Yeah, he's
So
signing
many-
up. It's like there's an advertisement going to explore cosmic rays. Are you in? And Nick's like, yes.
It's a wild card. What you're going to get? You
I
could
am
turn into
down.
a giant nose.
Yes, you could get
I'm down.
just one big
Like,
cancerous tumor, or you'll get superpowers.
Flip a coin.
it's a gamble I'm willing to take.
Yeah, I don't
Either
know.
it's going to be something
But
wild.
you're right. And that gets into that. And there's a lot of non-consensual superpower gaining in comics.
Oh, 100%.
And I think this was one of those cases.
I feel like most of them are like, oh, no one's really, I'm
Right.
going for superpower.
Some are truly accidental, like Spider-Man. He got bit by a spider while he was in. Once again, poor lab animal control. There's issues, but some powers are like you're actually experimenting. You're actually trying to do whatever thing happens to you, and you can scent it yourself. Now, should there be OSHA rule? Should you be looked at and there human scientific experimentation ethics? Yes, but I think you have that category. But then you have the other category where it's just like we joke about the Reign of Superman comics where it's like we'll give you a sandwich and a suit if you lick this rock, and we'll see. And the scientists know something crazy is going to happen.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
But something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Who was that little kid that was chasing, back to the Incredibles for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
that was chasing Mr. Incredible around wanting to be him? And
Syndrome?
Then, yes,
right,
Syndrome.
Right. Yep.
I forgot how he got his power. What did he do?
He
didn't.
doesn't have power. That was his whole point. He created technology. He's
Oh, it was technology.
He's like a
That's right.
Batman
That's
or
right.
Iron Man.
Fake power.
Did you hear the theory that he was actually Mr. Incredible's son?
What are you watching?
So many random things on YouTube.
Mr. Incredible's son.
Yeah.
Illegitimate son? Or, yeah.
Like,
Wow.
that was pre-Elastigirl.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. It was one of those things that I was watching and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that would be weirdly cool.
would be, yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why he was
Yeah.
going around with a...
Right. He had all of the shrine to him. And he's older than Violet. It's right. Yeah.
But smaller than Violet.
Shorter.
Yeah.
smaller.
He was like stocky. It was a super
He
with
looks
a,
like Dash.
with a non-super, right?
He was Dash with a big head. Yeah.
Mhm. And his power was having a
Right,
big brain.
Yeah.
I wonder what the genetics of superheroes. So we have Sue and Reed, and they have kids, and they both are powered. And so it's whatever the mutation was. It's actually, it can be passed. It's hereditary. So it was a
Right.
somatic,
Wanda
Mutation.
had kids
And
too.
then Mary Jane,
right?
Mayday, she has
Yeah.
powers.
Some,
Did
but they
Wanda's-
were already genetic, right? So
Wanda's
with,
kids have powers.
Wanda's kids
Yeah.
have power. Wanda and Vision.
yeah, but Vision
Vision.
wasn't
He's Android.
Android
yeah.
thing. I don't know how that worked.
I don't-
Yeah,
All right,
right.
that's a different episode.
Okay,
maybe. But I was going to say,
wrong topic.
I was going to say with Reed and Sue, who got bombarded by the cosmic rays.
Yeah.
Usually, sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to pass. That you've affected your germ line, your germ cells,
The non-somatic
Sperm,
ones. I would
egg.
think it would affect them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think it would
Yeah.
mutate with similar? So really, the mutations would be random.
I think it'd be random.
Okay, so that's why the kids not necessarily have invisible and
I have no evidence.
right.
I would predict it would be
So it's like rolling the dice.
It's rolling the dice going up in the cosmic rays.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
every
Well,
kid
so
would
my-
be
my
different.
point
That's the
means
weird
that, right?
part.
But that you can say that with Sue because she has all of her your women are born with all of their reproductive.
You got all
aids.
your eggs.
Men sperm are regenerated, and so that means his germ line, the actual progenitor. Would,
And maybe that's
would
a
be
wild
affected.
card why they have different powers.
And maybe
Maybe.
you said maybe it's just one big stem cell. So maybe when he reproduces, he just regenerates some genetic out of the juiced soup.
Got to throw juiced in there, don't you?
I did it. I
What
was
is
gonna say,
juice soup?
I was going to
there,
say soup.
Joe?
I'm birthing a new term. Soup.
Primordial.
Primordial soup. Gut soup. Could you imagine he's just like sloshing around after he gets out of a battle?
One of my
I
favorite
I
episodes.
think
to
that's
talk
what
about.
happens. And then
You're saying juice so much.
and then the cells decide, oh, wait, I'm the heart cell, and
That's
I'm the
right,
liver
yeah.
cell,
Yeah,
and
like,
oh,
great.
I'm your
Or
bones.
you just have little, or you could just
They
have
go
little
where they need to.
nuggets, little organoids in there that are forming.
I
And then
believe that.
And then you would just, and that's why you can move the organs around. Like you said, they move, they'll reform. His liver is here. And that goes to what Jonathan was talking about, like the medical treatment. Could you imagine like cutting into him and it's just
I don't think you'd even need to cut into him. He could just pull it out to the front.
He's incapacitated. You got to help him out. Like he's now, his heart's stopping or his lungs are not inflating.
I don't think you could cut into him if he were conscious.
Let's say he's unconscious. You knock him out, and now you're going to have to do some work, right? Because we're saying that when he's conscious, his cellular regeneration or his interdimensional mass re-equilibration is so active that if he's conscious, he will stop you. But that means if he's conscious and he wants medical treatment, he can allow you to open him up. That would be.
Couldn't he just open himself up then?
Can you just open yourself up? Can you make a pore?
Yes.
He's able to move every other thing around his body. Why wouldn't he be able to just plop it up front?
Like he would just move it out, like, and here's
I'm going to move it right here. Here's my liver. Here,
this
go
is
here.
where I need it to be fixed.
Maybe he doesn't need fixing. Maybe he can just regenerate. But I guess if you have a genetic issue like cancers, like what's his? Yeah,
I don't think he needs anything fixed, to be honest.
If you go in the cancer category, then you get Deadpool, who his body's constantly killing himself, but he's also regenerating himself.
Yeah,
it's at war with himself.
Now, what if Reed's other dimensional Reeds aren't all superpowered? Could he pass superpower material back and forth through the dimensionality as he's stretching and reforming and he's pulling from his other counterparts?
Like, don't pull from the wrong one. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Don't pull from.
But then you can't even choose. You can't pick and choose who you're pulling from.
Maybe can.
I think he has more control than you think because he doesn't
Maria
get cancer. That would be cells out of control. He's in control of the cells.
And if he's regenerating them at that level, would
But doing the interdimensional portals, that's where you're like,
he has buddies.
But
he
can't control that. Like,
yes.
Or is he only pulling from dimensions that have they have the cosmic rays?
That's his brilliance.
That limits the pool of.
I feel like I don't know. Like,
yeah. But I think cancer is interesting because if he has this rapid regeneration, also that means his cells have figured out ways to bypass the normal checks that cells have. So with normal cells, they have like contact limitations. So once your cells touch each other, they stop growing. But cancer cells, when they have certain mutations, they'll grow over top of each other. They almost become immortal because they'll just keep growing into a big mass, uncontrolled mass. That's the idea there. So if he's taking advantage of that system to actually create rapidly new cells to stretch and manipulate his internal organs now, his external structure.
But to control it enough so he doesn't turn into a giant sarcoma.
Yes.
A what?
Basically, his stretchiness overproduces itself and just takes over.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think he was asking what's a sarcoma.
Oh, it's a soft tissue tumor.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you don't have control of this process of not overgrowing yourself, you turn into an oma. And in that situation, it'd be sarcoma. So.
Yeah. Did not know that.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot of words that dropped today.
Where I'm
like, wait, what is that?
Yeah.
What else you got for us there, Joe? I see
always got
tapping away.
Stuff.
Do you have questions?
Questions is a quiz?
Yeah, no, I mean generated questions.
No.
I think we went through a portal. We went through.
Yeah, I just have
control of the slushy. Slushy's better than juicing.
Yeah, slushy. Juice. Do you slushy?
Slushy?
You slush up?
Yeah, because.
You should have a catchphrase like slush up.
It's better than smoothie. I don't know.
It's better than smoothie.
It's better than juice.
He's juiced. Better than juice. He's juiced in there. Let's go. I do have a little list of characters, and we talked about Mr. Fantastic already and everything that he does. Plastic Man, DC.
Yep.
He was there, and he can twist himself, and he's more cartoonish than Reed, I think, in the comics.
Yep.
Like more humorous, and what he does. We talked about Elastigirl, Helen Parr, and hers was more genetics. Had Plastic Man was a chemical accident. So he fell in and his skin became elastic, and it's almost like he got dipped in vinegar or something.
Elastic or plastic? Because I think of plastic, the opposite of
Man.
elastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which he also goes from good to bad a lot too.
He does, yeah. He's
never know where he's at.
Yeah. He's kind of like a Joker, or where he has that.
He falls in the Deadpool lane.
Yeah, maybe Deadpool, yeah.
Can he do a flat Stanley?
He's like a Loki.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He does.
He's everything.
Like this guy, I feel like he's more all over the place than Reed is.
Okay.
Somebody
Just
didn't
not as smart.
realize Elongated Man, and he was a DC character also. He consumed gin gold extract that made him stretchy. And this gin gold was based on ginkgo extract, which ginkgo extract's a real thing. It won't make you stretchy. It's often used to support cognitive function, memory,
How do you
and
know
healthy
that,
circulation to the brain.
It just won't make you stretchy.
Maybe it will. I don't know what you need to drink, but the rabbit hole of research is we're take
He's
what's
trying to save us from
Yes,
people
right.
being like, I drank this because you mentioned it on the show.
I drank a quart of ginkgo extract,
And nothing happened.
everything that stretched was my insides got juiced. Someone I wasn't, and maybe, are you familiar with One Piece
Yes.
and Luffy? Is it Luffy?
Um,
Luffy? Monkey?
I
Luffy?
read them. I don't.
Okay. Yeah. Don't
I will
their
pronounce it
names.
however I
All
do
right.
in my head,
It's
but I'm not going to say it out loud.
Luffy. Luffy?
Luffy.
It's like Fluffy, yeah. Luffy.
Like puffy.
They have like rubber arms and can bounce and things like that. Someone came up to T-1000 from Terminator 2, liquid metal.
No, I wouldn't say.
I mean, they can stretch out and they can manipulate their liquid metal form. It's not biological, but it is a stretchy material that he has functional control over.
I think you're getting into the materials science world,
No,
and
but
we
I
need to.
Maybe Reed is, maybe he's liquid metal inside and he can stretch 1,000. Still difficult. Then there was, when I was a kid, I remember Stretch Armstrong.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a stretchy latex.
I remember
dude that
Gumby.
was there. Gumby.
Not a
Yeah, that's
superhero,
one there
but
is.
Gumby.
But Gumby, that's all right.
I don't know. Gumby was a
super. Like,
I'm here to say it.
You liked Pokey.
Yeah,
Gumby.
he
Okay,
was
fine.
mean to Pokey all the time. Yeah.
Reed Richards is not the nicest guy in the world either. So
Gumby
it's
didn't
that
take-
love-hate, that internal war.
Gumby never took Pokey to space to examine cosmic rays.
Pokey is a creature that has. He can't speak for himself, okay? Stand up for the little guy there, Joe.
I'm just saying, man. It was. We have it there, but yeah, Gumby. I haven't thought about Gumby in a while. Do you know the Gumby theme song, Maria?
I do not.
I am Gumby. I am Gumby.
I don't think
that's
that's
it.
how it went. I don't. And then they go historical, 16th century, and this has come up. Journey to the West. It's one of China's 4 great classical novels. There's a character, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, and he could actually stretch, transform his body, and shrink and grow in size. So more size morphing powers than elasticity. I think we've been using those a little interchangeable.
Miss Marvel goes, and biggin! And then
Right.
she
Right.
makes herself giant as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Right.
it's a possibility to use it.
Yeah. And I thought I just now, I don't know why, just when you said that made me think of it, the Pym particles. And that was
Ant-Man.
in the interdimensionality aspect of it with mass conversion. And so it could be a similar thing. Maybe Reed discovered Pym particles.
Yeah, I think mass is off the table. We talked about preserving mass
Mass is
before.
never off the-
I meant in terms of conserving mass.
It's your hand wavy. Maria's just like, mass is gone. We got wrong. And she's
It
waving her
went
hands
into
here.
the
Literally.
portal. Into the internal portal.
Joe opened that can, and you're like, yes, portal. I don't have to explain anything.
That's right.
What
Remember,
is
it's starting
the
off the
portal?
gate like you explain it by explaining it, and it's just explained. But yeah, no, I think we've covered, like we talked skin. The only other system I had was muscle, but I think if we can get skin and everything else, then you would do the same trick, just grow a bunch of new muscle or pull it from another dimension.
So would he be able to make himself as big as the Hulk?
Yeah, why not?
Like,
He does.
strength
that kind of.
wise?
That's if you're going to do it, then yeah, I think he could.
I don't see why he would need.
I think there's a different episode and maybe one on just mass conversion, because I don't know where the Hulk gets his mass from. Like when he bulks up, so either he has cellular, the same sort of process that he can just
pin particles
put on particles. That's right.
In reverse.
It's actually a portal that just comes out of nowhere.
That's right.
In his.
It's again.
Ant-Man got really big ones. Really big ones. Right?
He had to have orange slices afterwards too.
Huh.
But yeah, no. So you have that the muscle. But you're right. You could see Reed. I think if you maintain strength 1,000 feet away, then why can't you just bring that back and just beef up, become bigger than Hulk?
Yeah.
Mass wise.
Yeah, I always think of him as stretchy though, and not really bulky.
Yeah, I think he doesn't take advantage of it. He presents as like
he
a
doesn't
skinny.
Oh, he's holding back.
He presents as like a skinny, lanky dude.
I feel like he doesn't need to be strength. Like he has been for that for the most part,
Right.
and then
That's just
he just works himself
that's just
around
the storytelling,
things.
right? Is that they got the strong guy.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't need to,
He doesn't need the flex.
yes,
Because
he doesn't need a flex on Ben.
He's just juicy.
All right,
All right. I think
I need.
Yeah. I think when we
I think
decided.
this one is very hand wavy.
I think we proved it, and
I don't
we'll
think we
talk
even-
about it. In the
I don't know.
footnotes.
I mean, there's a little hand waving portion to it. I think the human body can do strange things, and bones can get
Well, we're
flexible
talking,
and
you
muscle.
you've avoided how flexible are we talking before breakage? Inches
There are
or feet?
Oh, not feet.
Okay, so we're already
But if you can do it a little, and you get a cosmic ray hit, then you can do it a lot.
See,
That's-
this is why I like having her on.
That's the potential
right.
because there's precedent
know
there.
what-
It's just on a different scale.
what cosmic rays have you seen this happen? You have a
What have you seen in that?
That's why I'm on a hand wavium camp here. So I'm on team hand wavium. You're on team. It could happen if we find some cosmic rays. Let's do it.
Cosmic rays and
You
a
and
portal.
Nick.
We got both.
Phone call from you guys. Hey Joe, guess what? Those cosmic rays. No,
We
they
got a
cracked
trip.
up
You
the
want to
beat.
take it?
Hey Joe, you want to go on a road trip to space? To where? Space. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't know. You too. You're really leaning into these cosmic rays. I don't. Woo. Yes, their insides will be juiced. Well, let's
Let's
see.
throw that in.
Oh, yeah.
Slushy smoothie. Okay.
Slushy smoothie, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Pedro Pascal himself. That's who's playing Mr. Fantastic. Are you excited about the movie, Maria?
Now I'm going to have to see it. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see, there it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
I'm growing excitement. Can you tell?
You're stretching your excitement.
I'm stretching
You
my
can't even
excitement.
contain
Oh,
your.
I can't wait to hear the
mask
fan
conversion.
fiction from this movie.
All right.
Gonna have to have a watch party or
We
something.
should have a
yeah.
watch party,
Mhm.
yes. All right. I think we can wrap this up. We want to thank Maria
Thank you so much for
joining
being here.
us.
My pleasure.
Bringing your-
I learned a lot.
Yeah,
I learned
as
some
we
new
have.
words that I'll
I learned
never
a
use.
lot.
New words. Yeah, you have me, Joe.
You got Nick.
You've got Nick. And yeah, thanks for go listen. Fantastic Four. See the movie.
Watch the
in
movie.
a couple days.
Cannot
It's
wait.
coming out. So yeah, super excited. We'll report on it in our mini. I think we've already made a date to go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Are you going to interview people again? Okay. No,
I mean,
that, like strangers.
At some
What
point,
do you
right,
think of the
right,
movie?
yes,
What do you
not
think?
at the movie. No, yeah. Okay.
And we went down some stretchy holes.
Y'all stay safe out there.
Bye bye.